A hungry man thinks of bread, and a hungry Ambi think of cheeseburger. Hey folks, my name is Cree Gotcha, and I'm the modern day equivalent of a medieval jester. Welcome back to the channel. On our last video, we pulled, built, and leveled Ambi, and on this video, Deadly Assault has rotated, the infamous punching bag UCC is back, and we will be testing an Ambi team that I've been using since I pulled her. An Orpheoless man does what he needs to do. For Sanby, before Orphe, the usual comp was Trigger and Astra. Since this character has come out, I've thought to myself, well, wouldn't they work really good with Sanby? Wouldn't this be a good comp? But I haven't had Sanby to test that until now. That character is Yuzua. Now you may be thinking, that's a weird choice. I mean, just use Astra. Yuzua's for anomaly teams. And I can see where you're coming from that. Unfortunately, I'm a little weird, and I like using less than optimal teams, because that's the fun way to play the game in my opinion. Of course, I could clear and get 40k and 50k, and I would say kill the boss, but that's pushing it a little bit if you've watched my videos. But at the end of the day, having a fun team is probably one of my favorite things to do. So that's what I've devised here. The reason why I'm using Yuzua is, first of all, she still gives plenty of attack. Plenty of attack. If I'm not mistaken, she gives as much attack as Astra. She also gives damage percent. And she also does, and this is the point of this, aftershock attacks. And you know who buffs aftershock attacks? Sanby. So I've been running them two together. It's been really good, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's a skill issue on my part. My Astra's built pretty normal, pretty well, I'd like to say. She has max attack, max ER with her signature. And for some reason, Yuzua's just better on the team. I've tried researching this. I didn't know if maybe I just missed it and other people have tested this and it works and people are talking about it. But no. Every time I've tried to look up Sanby with Yuzua on google.com, I get people in Reddit comment sections and Twitter threads going, well, why are you using Yuzua? Just use Nicole if you don't have Astra. She works. Yuzua works very well. In my testing, my Yuzua has outpaced and outcleared my Astra easily. So to be a little more on brand and to make her aftershocks feel a little meaningful, we've given her a bit of a crit build, a 1-2. It's not very good, the crit damage is very low, but she has crit rate, so she crits on occasion. We have her max attack buff perfectly at 3000. You don't know how unbelievably nutty it was to see this hit exactly 3k. For her build, we're just running 4-piece Astral Voice, 2-piece Woodpecker for a little extra crit rate. And then we're just running crit rate, attack, and, funnily enough, an M0W0 Yuzua with Arena signature, W1, is keeping up with my Astra, M0W1, which is crazy. Originally, I had thought to run Game Ball with Yuzua because she always procs the crit rate buff on any element, surprisingly. It's super cool. I've brought this up before, and I got called a madman. But it is a very good W engine for her on non-standard off anomaly teams. Not a lot of people run Yuzua off of her girlfriend Alice, but she works on other teams. She's surprisingly one of the most universal supports in the game. She supports attack teams, she supports anomaly teams. I mean, hell, you could probably even throw her on a rupture team and it would work. You wouldn't get that much sheer force, but it would probably work. But I've just been running Weeping Cradle, just because she gets full use of the buff. I did try Astria's signature when I originally tested it, but she doesn't get the max buff, so I found that these two they're kinda tied. So that's good, that's positive. The build is a little sweaty with the crit stats. Not a lot of people have that many Woodpecker stats. I mean, not Woodpecker, Astral Voice crit discs, but I do. So, that's a you issue, not a me issue. For Ambi, it's pretty much the same build you saw last time. I haven't had much opportunity to change anything other than finally getting her to level 60 and getting her to core skill F, getting her talents up a little higher. I got roasted the shit out of for not leveling her dodge skill, but don't worry, I fixed that. and then I max skilled her EX and her ultimate. So she is considerably better. After that video, when I fully leveled her and I tried the Seed Sanby team, I think I was able to hit around 30-something K with the Seed Sanby team. So I did redeem myself, I just didn't record it, so you'll just have to believe me, and I'm very trustworthy, so you can do that. Other than that, not much has changed about the disk drive set. I really almost thought about pulling your signature, but after today's live stream, if you didn't know, I'm recording this on the day of the reset, the day of the Angels of Delusion live stream, we got shown 2 new characters, presumably both from NEPs, and the one on the left is most likely Seth's brother. The one on the right, I don't know who it is. They just look like Nouvelette and Escoffier. The French are invading. I want to pull them. Just from the back shot, just from the back shots alone, I want to pull them. So I need to start saving for them. So unfortunately, Sanby is going to stay a pill popper and use Harumasa's Winjin. Also about that, I saw Harumasa's buff. You can expect a video from me from that, because I really love Harumasa, and I'm very excited to see the potential of Harumasa's buffs. There's Lycon as well, and I'm excited for that too. I just don't really use the guy that much ever since Dylan came out on my Hugo team, but I'm still excited to see it. And then finally, for my third teammate, it's Trigger. I really love Trigger, and I tried to build her to be a little more DPS orientated. If that means losing her max crit rate buff, that's so be it. She is M0W1. Trigger is my favorite stunner in the game and one of my favorite characters in the entire game. I tried to make her buff as good as possible, and I tried to make her damage a little more respectable, so I tried to get her crit damage up a little bit higher. I do have her pretty well invested on skills, and then we're just running 4-piece King of the Summit, 2-piece Impact, just to try to max out the buffs. I'm sure if I ran 2-piece Woodpecker, I actually would be able to get the max buff, but I found that 2-piece Impact kind of mitigates the 8% crit rate or 6% crit rate I'm missing. My controller and that wire. That sneaky little wire. Oh, the controller's just never been unplugged. Cool. So like I said, Deadly Assault did rotate. This rotation's pretty nice. I don't know how I feel about Sarah so far. It's still too early for me to formulate an actual opinion on this boss. I think it's okay. I've seen people shred it with Yushin Guang. Unfortunately, I have a 3 cost, so 32k is perfectly fine for me. But we're focusing on the punching bag UCC today. For buffs, we have our standard Yishan Guang buff, our anomaly buff, and then we have, after stunning, their stun damage multiplier decreases by 35%, and their stun recovery speed decreases by 10%. After an agent uses their EX special attack, their crit damage is increased by 40% for 20 seconds. This is very good. This is very good for Sanby, who regularly spams her EX special to reset her white flash stacks. So it's a very welcome sight to see. For our team orientation, we'll have Ambi leading into Trigger, who will back swap into Ambi, and Yuzua, who will forward assist into Sanby. For Bangbu, I've just found that getting some extra shock procs from Plugbu is the best option. You could run Colby, little Colby on this team, and it would work perfectly fine. In my opinion, I've stated this multiple times, Bangbus don't really do anything. Let's be honest here. Maybe they'll get you like an extra 500 or 1,000 score, but at the end of the day, they're industry plants, bro. They're industry plants. Not much is going to change from a Orpheus Sanby team with this. Something that I've noticed that I really like about Yuzua is her attacks build a lot more days, and I think that helps you get your stun rotations faster than using an Astra team, which is something I can really appreciate, and I feel is pretty noticeable. I try to fit my swaps to refresh my buffs in the middle of her animations, because I see on my own gameplay that that by the time I finish my animation with my support and I swap back into Sandy, I'm not really missing all too much I'm not missing too much animation time, is what I'm trying to say here. Alright, we're gonna do that just to get that buff up, and then we'll use our ult. We won't be able to fit all of our dash attacks in the stun window, but we can... Oh wait, can we? We actually can. We'll get our trigger buff right back up. Do some attacks. We're about to lose our usual buff. So we'll reset that, and we'll go back in. Once our trigger buff ends, we will hold that, swap on the user, we'll get a little bit of extra energy, a little bit of extra days, and another quick swap in. We'll have max stacks of our buff, and do a dash. And then I thought that was going to be enough. I was like, this is aura. It's okay. We'll refresh trigger while we wait. We'll get our King of the Summit buff. And I think this should be max stacks as well, which is nice. Get our ult in there as well. I didn't expect to like Sanby as much. Like, this has been one of my favorite pulls so far. I've really enjoyed this. And then I'll try not to use Yuzua's EX until I need to, like the buff is about to run out. So like right here is a good swap in, and we'll go back in and start attacking again. The only thing I really hate about this boss is it does not have that many defensive assists, which I know is like a really big complaint in the community when it comes to this boss, as I miss 3 defensive assists. I was about to be so embarrassed with myself. Once it gets to about 99, we will swap in, refresh our buffs, trigger time, and we will go right back on. Get our 3 dashes, reset our 3 dashes, dash, 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 ult, we'll get our 3 dashes again, leading to 9 dash attacks in this stun window. Very good, very strong, very fun. I really love her animation set. I have cleared a lot higher than this though, so I wonder if I messed something up, and by something messed up, I 100% did, because I just haven't been focusing the legs that much, because I've been focusing more on talking, which is low-key my fault, but I try to give a little thought process into my, my reasoning on why I do stuff. So, if I can't do that, I just don't feel like the video is that entertaining. We're able to squeak out, I think, like 31k from that. $32k, almost 33. That's amazing. That's great for me. I am perfectly satisfactory with that. That is fine by me. I think the highest I was able to hit, like I said, was 34k in my initial testing at like 4 a.m. After I waited a little bit when the servers reset and DA reset. I did hop on and I tried it. I mean, as you saw, I already had 2 runs. I just cleared this one, transparency's sake. But no, Sanby low-key is one of my favorite units that I have pulled. I am 100%, I'm satisfied with her. I wish I could get her W engine, but unfortunately in my eyes, I just don't think it's necessary. I've looked up the scales, like, for like the comparison's sake, and you don't see a lot of Harmas's engine when it comes to, like, calculations, just because who pulled his W engine?
Me! I pulled his W engine!
That guy pulled his W engine, but there are, I know like 2 people, and one of them is me, and one of them is my wife. So I don't know very many people, so it doesn't get calced a lot. But from the little data I did see, her signature's like 15% better than his. I'd get a lot more crit damage with it, and my build would probably be a lot better, but it works. And she clears plenty fine for me, plenty fun, and that's the most important part. I do want to do a quick run with Astra Yao, just so you can see a little bit of the comparison between the two, and you can really see that low-key Sanby works. Like, not Sanby, low-key, like, Yuzua works. I don't know why I haven't seen more use cases. Like, she's an Aftershock support. Like, she's not an Aftershock support, but she's a support that has Aftershocks built into her kit. And you don't see that much use. I think if I was better at the game, and I, first of all, could dodge, was better at managing astral voice stacks, I think I would be a lot better as well. but I don't want to do that. And someone's gonna be like, well, that's why your Astra's not better. I'm gonna be like, erect. We're always gonna try to use our EX before ultimate, just so we can get that 40% crit damage buff reset. But I think they're both incredibly solid characters with Sanby that I don't think you need to, like, if you really like Yuzua, this team works surprisingly well.
My crits are one with the wind. Right on cue.
And this is not Astra Yao slander, by the way. I love Astra Yao. I love her so much. You don't know how much it hurts to skip Astra's M1. I have been wanting that so bad. You don't even understand. It stares at me in the pool screen like the Green Goblin mask, bro. I want it so bad.
The target's exposed. Target locked.
Hello, Hoyoverse. My name is Cree Gotcha, and I am the modern-day equivalent of a medieval jester. Please send me 1,000,000 bajillion polychromes today. I think it's so funny, bro. I get some people who they're like, well, bro, you get like 40 million polychromes a patch. Why don't you just pull everybody? And it's like, if I didn't have access to the creator experience server, bro, I would not be making half the videos. Like, you think I'm gonna pull the Angels of Delusion? No. I'm not. So if I didn't have access to the creator experience server, you would not be seeing that from me. So sometimes I have to make the hard decisions not to pull certain agents. Unfortunately. I wish I could pull them all. For the most part. But, buddies don't got money like that. Buddy don't got money like that. Oh, this is embarrassing. After all that talk where I'm like, yeah, in my testing... in my testing, Astra Yao is actually significantly the same as Yuzua in this team comp. And then in the first run I do casually, as I'm talking, I get 33k. We'll stay. I did get 200 more performance points because I focused on the legs a little bit more. But it's not that big of a difference. It's literally 600 score difference between a M0W1 Astra and a M0W0 Yuzua. Maybe Yuzua's personal damage is affecting it a little bit more, but is that really a negative? If you like Yuzua and you want to use her on this team, her aftershock damage is getting buffed. You can run her on a pseudo crit buff, like crit damage build, because you only need 3k attack, and you can get that pretty easily with 5 and 6. You don't really need that many EX specials, so you can run attack and kind of run her as a sub DPS, is my thinking. Overall, I really enjoy Yuzua on this team, and I really recommend you give it a shot. Real quick, a thing that I didn't mention that I low-key want to, is something I think is really interesting about this team in specific as well. If you have more investment, say you have M2 Yuzua, you actually get a free chain attack. You get a free chain attack every 20 seconds by using her EX special. You know how cool that is? You don't even gotta be in the stun window. And it's really especially cool with this because if you use it with someone like, you know, you use it and you have Trigger on the team, you're always going to get that 25% damage bonus, which is really nice as well. Your damage is also increased by 15%. The anomaly doesn't matter. It's really nice. It's really cool. Her M2 is so cool. I know she's rerunning next patch. And you have any thoughts about picking up M2 Yuzua? I definitely would. I will watch sadly from the chair in the corner as you pull it, but I will be happy for you. I'll be cheering, I'll be clapping, I'll pull out the camera. It's okay. But with that, we will end the video for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, or you maybe let out a little heavy breathing from your nose, a little exhale, I would appreciate if you'd like, comment, subscribe, anything you do for another content creator, except maybe the dislike button. I would appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. I really do. I hope it's fantastic, wonderful day, morning, night. I just hope it's fantastic. Bye, y'all.